Welcome back, Smite fans. We're getting down to the wire, not only for these teams, but also to get your tickets for the hi-rez Expo. Snag them online at hi-rezexpo.com.
It's going to be dope. I mean, I say it every time we do this promo, and it's always true. Hi-rez Expo is the best time of year if you are a Smite fan, a Paladins fan. Doesn't matter. Definitely buy your tickets. It's worth every penny.
I've been to every single event, and it's been absolutely fantastic going from launch all the way up to here. I'm going to be there. You get to meet us. You get to meet Peckies. I mean, what more do you want? But today, we have some EU Smite action coming at you here. eXcellence versus exceL. And this is a huge matchup for exceL.
Absolutely massive. It's really big for both because eXcellence can put themselves in a position where they can be in the top two. Yesterday, it's announced that the top two teams from the European SCL do qualify for the LAN. And so if eXcellence are able to get the 2-0 here, that ties them with Cyclone GG with a matchup against them next week that could determine, you know, who's going to be going to LAN. And then there's exceL, formerly known as Retribution.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't worry, we are just as confused as you will be at home between eXcellence and exceL. Blame Elexum and the boys there, but
yeah, he warned us last week.
Oh, he did, but it's still tough. But this is a huge matchup for them as well because they could, if they get the 2-0 today against eXcellence, they can propel themselves up to 10 points, and then they're up against rival with probably needing 1 or 2 points in order to secure that second seed next week. So overall, this game is absolutely massive. Only 1 week remaining after this. And I mean, LAN is very, very soon, and these teams have to buckle down and win the games necessary in order to qualify.
I mean, like I said, it's getting down to the wire. Let's go ahead and jump on into the first game, eXcellence versus exceL. If you are just tuning in, eXcellence, you know them. exceL, previously known as Retribution.
They had to make it hard on us, man.
I know, right?
I'm still tilted about it. I know we're gonna mess it up, and I'm just gonna be angry at them.
I have it written all on here just to make sure that I do not make the mistake. I'm gonna try my hardest.
It's gonna happen. There's no way it doesn't. Raijin coming out, first ban for exceL, and I expect eXcellence to go with a Nemesis ban here. We've seen exceL pick this Nemesis over and over again and look very comfortable on it. Jeron, since moving from the Hunter role to the jungle, Nemesis seems to be his premier comfort pick, and they do very, very well with it as well. No reason to give Jeron Nemesis here. I know she's taken some more recent nerfs. She's not as strong as she used to be possibly, but overall, I would have banned Nemesis here. Let's see if exceL wants to first pick it.
I'm already crossing off the things that I expected to be banned out, but exceL, previously known as Retribution, do have kind of a liking to Athena as well as Nemesis. Picking that up for Jeron would be huge, but instead, gonna go ahead and start it off with lots of damage with the Zeus.
We see this banned away from Elexum a decent amount, this Zeus, a god that he's very, very comfortable on. And so first picking it here, not too much of a surprise. Maybe they do want to wait on the Nemesis pick because it isn't as strong as it used to be since her recent nerfs. Maybe eXcellence doesn't favor it quite as much and will allow Jeron to pick it later on in the draft while still securing a priority pick for your mid laner.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much Nemesis coming out of eXcellence. We are going to see a Guan Yu though, and I feel like I say it every single game. Sustain, sustain, sustain. Terra already banned out, but Guan, you're going to get picked up, as well as the Athena. Both teams kind of favored this one.
Now, Zeus Odin is a very potent combination, and it also would do well against both the gods that eXcellence has drafted thus far. Rounding out this first half of the draft for exceL with something like Nemesis Odin would be very, very strong.
There it is.
There's the Odin. We're going to assume it's probably going to end up going in solo because we assume that Athena will probably be support, though we have seen her run jungle more recently, especially on the PC side of things, and then Guan solo. Instead, it's going to be Odin Xbalanque. This is also a good combination. Odin overall, again, synergizes really, really well with Zeus and shuts down the healing from Guan Yu extremely effectively, forces him into a Phantom if he wants to get out of that Odin cage. And then the Lightning Storm on top just does a ton of work. And then Xbalanque giving you this late game Hunter to Welshbeastq, definitely a strong call.
Kuang picked up for eXcellence. We don't see him all too often, but we know in the right hands, it can be pretty devastating. So we're going to have to see just exactly how that pans out. But exceL kind of shooting on towards the late game, especially with that Xbalanque.
With the Xbalanque, yes, but Odin definitely more effective in the early to mid stages. Zeus more effective in the mid game, early sometimes as well, depending on where you pick your fights. If you're picking them intelligently in the jungle around those mid harpies, that's where Zeus shines the most. That Chain Lightning, not having extra minions to bounce to, just only leaves gods to bounce in between, dealing a ton of damage and a big slow in the jungle as well. So we'll see where exceL wants to pick their fights. Based on their 3 gods they've drafted thus far, it should mostly be in the jungle.
eXcellence, putting a lot of pressure on the Guardian pick right now. They have banned out 4, Geb and Kumbhakarna, the most recent. Meanwhile, exceL banning out both of these flex picks. Neith can go mid or ADC, Sol can go mid or ADC, but we're not going to see either.
I love the Neith ban in particular because it just synergizes so well with Kuang. Whenever you have a magical jungler, you know that you're going to probably be a little bit magic heavy if you don't draft another hunter where, you know, you normally put a mage, something along those lines. And Neith is the physical mage. That's the way she plays in the mid lane. Synergizes very well just using ability damage as opposed to auto attacks like most hunters. So that banned away by exceL, and eXcellence going for the Janus. And I love the Kuang Janus combination. You are lacking significant CC in your 2v2 fights in the mid lane. However, the ability to move...
What?
Was that a Bakasura? Yeah, that's Bakasura.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
Always!
Okay,
I love
as
picks
a mid
like
player,
this.
as a mid player, I hate playing against Bakasura.
Okay, but you know what? That's
I
not a
hate it.
terrible thing.
No, I hate it. I don't like it.
Okay, well, you're not playing, you're casting.
I know, but I feel bad for Janus already. Because he just presses 3 and presses 4 and then just holds down his right trigger and just gas pedals you. And it's like, all right, sweet. Sweet skill shots, Baka. He tilts me.
Last pickups for exceL going to be Bakasura as well as Xing. eXcellence rounding out the roster with a Jing Wei. So more than likely going to be Athena Jing Wei over in the duo lane up against probably Odin.
Yeah, it's gonna be Odin and Xbalanque.
We don't see a lot of Xing guarding, or we don't see a lot of Xing support.
No, not a whole lot, and it is going. No, wait, is that for real?
What? Okay, hold on. So this is jungle Xing 10.
You're joking me.
No.
This is actually a joke, Tiger. There's no way this is real life. Jeron is playing Xing Chen jungle. Okay, so the PC, the first lane at PC, we saw a lot of Guardians in the jungle, specifically from Sanguine, who are able to, we are able to see them played in the jungle a decent amount, but this is too far, Jeron. You went way too far. Xing Chen is not the type of Guardian that does well in the jungle. His clear isn't good. His gank potential isn't nearly as good as a Guardian like Athena, Ymir, or Kabrakan. I do not understand this thought process whatsoever.
And exceL aren't the only ones that are switching things out. eXcellence. Haven't we seen Maloaise in jungle for the entirety?
Yes, and it was Predators in the solo lane. It looks like they made a switch up as well. All these teams trying to do something different to give them an edge going into the final 2 weeks here just before the online stage concludes, and we'll see who's going to land. Yeah, so a bit of a switch up in terms of where players are playing on the side of eXcellence, and a bit of a switch up as far as where gods go on the side of exceL. Xing Chen jungle. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I've ever seen it either, so all eyes are definitely going to be on Jeron. He's kind of new to this position when it comes to playing at a professional level. We've seen it the past couple of weeks thus far, but he's really out there now.
Yeah, he's really out here, is right. I guess the thought process is that Furious Roar does apply a dot, which does very well against Kuang. You are able to get him out of stealth whenever he's hit by damage, and so applying an easy-to-hit dot like Furious Roar does well up against that. But if that was the idea, then Bastet works very, very well against Kuang, and Arachne works very, very well against Kuang, and neither of those are particularly meta. But we've seen a lot more of Arachne and Bastet than we've seen of Xing Chen in the jungle.
What should we expect from the Guan Yu Bakasura lane?
Basically this for a little bit longer. Mango Man should probably be controlling the lane, just poking out Maloaise while that conviction heal isn't particularly strong at this point, and not able to full clear the wave with his Tallow Assault either. So he doesn't have too much fear of getting out cleared, but once Guan Yu starts to get those levels online, it's going to be a lot harder for Mango Man to bully out Maloaise.
We're seeing dishing out a lot of damage already. Maloaise able to heal that right back up, but Mango Man going to be able to eat a minion here in a couple of seconds and then heal himself back up too, so lots of sustain coming out from the solo lane.
Bakasura had his time in the limelight as one of the premier solo laners because of his ability to just take the 1v1 fight and kill you before you can really do anything about it. Once he hits 5, he has that Regurgitate ultimate online. he can kind of body block you in with those minions he spits back up and just basically kill you with the true damage from Butcher Blades, as well as the extra movement speed and attack speed that he gets from his passive. Always getting these lane minions down keeps that passive stacked up and allows him to get extra attack speed and movement speed, which contributes to that ability to just 100-0 you.
Rotation's going to come through from eXcellence. Just take a peek at the fire minions. I was curious, or the fire imps. I was curious if they're going to keep going and try to get a gank onto the right lane just to try and stifle this Bakasura, because he is pushed up and he's keeping Maloaise on his toes. But other than that, the rest of the lanes are pretty even.
They are pretty even right now, and Kuang definitely has a good. It would definitely be a good idea for Kuang to head over and try and gank Mango Man on this Bakasura, because no purification available. A little bit of CC immunity as soon as he pops Regurgitate, but after that, he's basically a sitting duck. Oh no, I'm sorry, he does have purification, so no teleport. So instead of going for the kills necessarily, you could just go over and just try and poke out Mango Man. Just make sure that he has to back as much as possible, because he doesn't have that teleport available to him, and you want to be able to out-rotate him, put pressure on that tower, force him to come to that right side, and then just teleport over to a Gold Fury, something along those lines to put pressure.
You ain't kidding about pressure. Bakasura rotating in, trying to get a little bit of damage onto Team eXcellence here. Already taking quite a bit himself, but Predator's taking so much. He's going to get taken out by Elexum for first blood, going the way of exceL.
50-meter fly going to get out. Maloaise now hopping on the horse with the ultimate from Athena. Mango Man's going to fall. Lightning Storm comes down, but it's a little bit off the mark. Ultimate hits 2 from 50-meter fly.
Through space and time, going to rip through, but here comes Jeron, able to get a little bit of damage and some CC onto Maloaise. He doesn't have any mana, so he's not going to be able to heal himself up. He needs to get out of the fight.
Now CobbY here trying to secure the speed buff away for the side of exceL, and they do have the Wrath available, so this should be fairly secure. There it is, Jeron using that relic to its fullest, making sure that he's taking away gold from eXcellence as well as adding it to his own.
50-meter fly wanted to try and take that, but the unstable vortex is not going to beat out the Wrath anytime soon. Rotation's coming through. exceL heading back towards the mid lane after taking these right-hand mid harpies, and that's going to be big. It's every little bit, especially with EU, we see a lot kind of slower pace games, or a lot more methodical.
We do, but on this patch in general, we saw in the NA scene yesterday, all the games felt very snowbally. A lot of very quick games yesterday for the North American SCL. We'll see if the same happens here in the European side. I guess after the removal or the nerf of those tank boots, you aren't used to dying quite as fast, and we saw a lot of action yesterday.
It takes a little bit of time to get back to use, or get used to just not being blown up that quickly anymore. But aside from that, not really seeing anything else. exceL are on point with their farm game right now, already hitting 17,000 gold. They're about 700 ahead of Team eXcellence just by slow burns. They got the first blood. eXcellence were able to come back, but we're only 5 minutes in.
We're only 5 minutes in, but Kuang is behind to Xing Chen jungle, and I'm confused at the end of I just don't. I'm still not quite over this Xing Chen jungle pick. But speaking of pickups, I mean, getting that Dynasty Plate helm for Kuang does not make any sense whatsoever to me, because your jungle opposition is magical. Your mid lane that you're going up against is magical. You're not going to be taking a whole lot of physical damage until later in the game. Yeah, you can come over and gank the solo lane, but Bakasura has true damage anyways. Those protections don't matter up against Butcher Blades. Going boots here would have been a much stronger call.
It's got to be the worry about Odin, because early on he does so much damage with his Bird Bomb combo. At that point, you're going to be able to just absolutely half the HP with one hit.
Oh, you can do probably even more than that now that Odin's level 7, getting points in both abilities. I mean, you'll be, even with that helm, you're probably going to fall. And speaking of falling, Maloaise, there's the solo potential that we see out of Bakasura in the solo lane.
I didn't really expect to see Guan get outplayed like that, but building up some time as well for exceL to start aggressing on the Gold Fury. Team eXcellence can't do a single thing about it. Through space and time, gonna take a little bit of damage onto Jeron. Predator's gonna try and get aggressive, waiting for that ultimate. There it is, gonna find himself a nice, tasty snack.
That's the danger of not going Purification up against Kuang. You get a little bit low, and then all of a sudden, you're free food. Predators gets that return kill. They lose the Gold Fury, but pick up Jeron in the jungle, and that's big for Predators. Getting that kill, getting back into the game overall, now even in levels with Jeron, very, very important.
That was also good for Mango Man, because he lost absolutely nothing for that trade out with Maloaise. He used his ultimate used Maloaise's ultimate, got the kill, his team got the Gold Fury, and even though eXcellence managed to find a return kill, they're keeping it completely even. So every other little bit is helping.
Right, if you're even and you can just keep, if you're already ahead and then you do even trades throughout the game, it only prolongs it. And so it really comes down to who has the better late game team comp in those sorts of scenarios. Here, I would have to give it to eXcellence. I know they've got 2 Guardians or 2 tanks on the side of exceL, 1 in the jungle, but overall, the late game potential from Kuang, late game Janus, late game Jing is super duper strong. On the side of exceL, they do have Xbalanque and they do have Zeus, 2 gods who work very well in the late game, but Bakasura does not. I definitely like eXcellence's team comp the later this game goes.
Yeah, Bakasura is a very right here up front pick. He's going to do a lot of damage early on. Later, he just becomes kind of a one-trick pony. You're going to see that 3-4 combo, and that's about it from him.
Yeah, he doesn't have the same sort of ability to just kind of ignore your damage because he knows he's going to out-trade you. Once everyone's level 20, you're not going to out-trade Kuang. You're not going to out-trade Janus if he hits you with the ult and the unstable vortex. So you're a little bit more susceptible to just getting blown up whenever you go in. We see Bakasura's a lot get a huge lead in the solo lane early, and then they get to late game and they try and do the same things that they've been doing all game, which is just run, jump in, use your regurgitate, and kill the whole team. But when everyone's level 20 and has a bunch of damage online, they all just turn and kill you right away, and it lessens your effectiveness greatly.
Yep, doesn't quite work that way. But I'm checking out the items. Are you happy? Are you happy that Predators picked up his boots now?
Yes. Again, probably should have been the first pickup. Hurts not only his rotation ability, but just general movement around the map and less damage overall than finishing the boots. Instead going for that helm, again, no real physical defense that he has to worry about because it doesn't really matter against Bakasura, and if he gets hit by a bird bomb, he's probably dying regardless.
I'm still favoring exceL when it comes to the mid 3v3 matchup, but because we haven't seen a fight out of that yet, it's really hard to give it to one particular team. But right now, Zeus is king of the mid lane. It's really hard to argue against that.
The 3v3 fight does favor exceL overall, unless we see 50-meter fly hit some big through space and time. Almost having full stacks on that Doom Orb, if he's able to reinitiate or re-engage with that through space and time, hit someone and hit the collapse with the unstable vortex, he could definitely put someone like Elexum down to very, very low HP, 10%, 20%, which would allow Predators to do what he wants to do and just clean up.
Mango Man and friends about to find themselves an Kuang, using the water illusion to get away. However, eXcellence going to avoid being a statistic for at least a couple of seconds further.
It looks like exceL just wants to stay on this right side of the map forever. Just let CobbY rotate over to the right side and allow Welshbeastq to just take the one-on-one up against Farleez. But Farleez has been holding his own thus far, up about 100 gold right now. And this is a character that Farleez has looked very, very good on, very consistently. Jing definitely been a priority pick for them, and he's done very, very well on it. So eXcellence is totally okay with letting him free farm on that right-hand side.
We're getting some free farm coming out from Jeron too, but how is being a Xing 10 going to change exceL, especially when it comes to the jungling?
Eventually, Xing Chen is just not going to be able to handle the damage that Kuang can put out. Xing Chen does so well in the solo lane because he doesn't have the main sustain that he has is through HP 5, and the more levels you get, the higher your health pool, and so the more HP 5 matters. And in the solo lane, you're getting all those levels, you're getting all that experience and gold by yourself, and you don't have to worry about sharing it. Here you can see the solo laner for exceL level 13, where Jeron level 11. Warriors and Guardians like Xing Chen, they thrive from being ahead, and when they're even or behind, their effectiveness is significantly less.
Gold Fury is going to be coming up here soon, and we don't see a lot of vision coming out from exceL on the left side of the map. I'm seeing tons of red wards, nothing on the left for blue, and that's bad, especially if they want to keep giving the solar farm to Welsh.
But Welsh has been fairly safe thus far, but here comes the taunt onto the Gold Fury. Nice unstable vortex, CobbY in a lot of trouble.
CobbY taking a lot of damage, going to be forced to bird bomb back out of the damage. Zeus ultimate has been spent, but Predators not going to be able to lock down CobbY with the ultimate through space. space and time, gonna rip through, but not take away his life. Elexum gonna find one, but Athena's gonna be a nice target. Farleez taking out Welshbeastq. Trying to get away, but the portal, there's 3 people there, and Farleez gets credit for the kill.
A 3-for-1 there for eXcellence, and now they're going to be looking at the Gold Fury. exceL says, we have the Wrath, we can just pull this Gold Fury, but obviously eXcellence isn't going to just let you do that. Good taunt into the knockup, into the Unstable Vortex.
That was all Turtle.
Mr. Turtle finding the right initiation, but just bad positioning overall from exceL leads to that big swing in eXcellence's favor. And
they only lost Predators, which isn't too big of an issue considering Xing 10's going to be falling off here eventually.
Exactly. Eventually Predators is going to do damage whether he's getting kills in the early game or not. And overall, getting those assists onto him and getting the Gold Fury probably more beneficial than him picking up a kill, and then that's all that happens. Now we saw a 1,500 gold lead for exceL, and we saw the huge dip in the graphs there down to a completely even game. And that's where you want to be with a later game team comp. You want to be even at 13 minutes. You're totally okay with that.
And exceL, I mean, what can they do at this point? Because they had a nice lead. They couldn't lock down the Gold Fury when they had the chance. So now going up a little, it's not a hill yet, but because it's back even, it's a hill.
Well, it's MangoMan has to be rotating in. He's been the bully in the solo lane. He's gotten his tower now, and his job is to just come in and kill Predators over and over and over again. No purification for him for a little bit longer, about a minute. So he's going to be able to just come in and use that regurgitate and chase him down to the ends of the earth, basically. We have to see him rotate and make an impact with the lead that he's gotten himself.
And there's a 2-level difference between the two. Now 3 with that little bit of experience, popping him to level 15, so he should be bullying. We're seeing him rotate past the speed camp, heading back towards mid, gonna find Turtle, and instead turn right back around.
He's been looking to invade this speed buff, but eXcellence has done a great job of being on time every time to make sure that he doesn't get it. He's not getting the blue buffs away from Guan. He's not getting the speed buffs. So yeah, he got the solo kill in the solo tower, but he's not going to bring nearly as much to the late game team fights as a character like Guan Yu. You have to be doing more if you're going to be picking Bakasura. You have to really own that right side jungle, or come in and make a big impact in the mid lane up against the jungler or the mid laner of the opposition. We haven't seen MangoMan do either of those things yet.
He'd have an easier time if they used wards. At this point, I'm only seeing one. I'm seeing one normal ward. They have a couple of sentries at bigger choke points, but for Bakasura's concern, for MangoMan, with his rotations, I'm not seeing anything in his path.
He is far enough ahead that he doesn't have to worry too much about finding 1 or 2 people in the jungle, but you're right, he doesn't have any wards on that right-hand side, which would protect him from the ganks that he's still vulnerable to.
Or know when the camps are up. They've been on point, so he's not been able to go and steal them out. If he knows when they're going, then he'll be able to try and make a bigger impact.
That's right. Not having that exact timer, just relying on the one in his head, hasn't been working thus far, so it's better to spend that 50 gold and make sure that you're going to be getting in there. Bakasura looks so weird with really high attack speed, just flipping all over the place. Sitting at max attack speed right now. He's already capped by going for that ninja tap by. Yeah, this is with his passive stacked up. You can see without it, he's sitting at 2.21 attacks per second. The attack speed cap at 2.5 attacks. But I just don't, the ninja tabi clearly inefficient here. He's gonna want to go for at least one more attack speed item. He's gonna be looking for an executioner, a Chinsai, or something along those lines. So by going for these ninja tabi, not only are you losing some power overall, but you're being inefficient with your build.
Did you see? He forced out that ultimate. He forced out the Guan Yu ultimate just by chasing. He's got that Fatale. He's not gonna be penalized for running after somebody. MangoMan finally touching ground on the left side of the map. Damage camp not going to be up for him to steal, but at least we may be able to see some teamfight presence coming out, especially at level 16.
They should be looking to invade back camps right now if MangoMan's going to be here. At least force the rotation over from Maloaise, because you have to make the most of these rotations because MangoMan has no teleport. He elected for the purification early. Now he's gone into Sanctuary. No teleport available.
Welshbeastq is going to be using that ultimate just to keep Team eXcellence on their toes. No real other use for that, just to keep them backed off so they could go ahead and get out of the tower zone.
I guess Welshbeastq thought that Mr. Turtle was going to engage with Taunt there, and he probably should have. We see exceL grouping up a little bit too much for my liking up against that Athena Taunt.
considering that she could pull at least 3 of them at any point, maybe even 4, if Elexum keeps drifting towards the center. They're doing good to keep the middle, but now as they rip through, Turtle going to be able to find at least 1 into the cage, into the ultimate, into the unstable vortex as well, but Predators not going to be able to find anybody. Water illusion right back into the safety of the tower.
That's a big ultimate down for exceL. Not having that Odin cage makes it so you can't shut down the Guan healing, and you don't have the Wombo combo with Elexum's ultimate. It looks like a Phantom was used there by Mr. Turtle. Here comes the taunt onto Elexum, but no follow-up. Mr. Turtle's all by himself.
Mr. Turtle gonna get a lot of damage onto him, waiting for the detonate, and there it is. Elexum getting credit, but Cavalry Charge ripping through. Maloaise looking for the kill, but Farleez gonna be able to clean up. Elexum taking out Predators. Unstable Vortex taking so much damage. Farleez taking out Mango Man, Welshbeastq. Farleez is so low, he's trying to find it, but Maloaise and 50-meter Fly, who look fantastic right now, he's not going to be able to get close enough.
Oh, the Sanctuary stops the kill onto Farleez. Welshbeastq got totally baited there by the relics, forced to use his own, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. But again, exceL just too grouped up for the AoE abilities from eXcellence. We saw Airstrike do a ton of damage from Farleez, Cavalry Charge doing a ton of damage to all of exceL, and then the Unstable Vortexes from 50-meter Fly pounding through the team. That's a tier 1 tower in the mid lane. The speed buff goes down as well, and it's going to be the blue buff for eXcellence. Another great team fight for them, extends their lead.
And we talked about patience yesterday. Team eXcellence showed a lot of patience. exceL, we're just waiting with bated breath at the mid tier 1 tower, waiting to come on in, and finally, after using an ultimate, Turtle said, okay, we're gonna go through, get 1 taunt, and then the fight just absolutely erupted. exceL got so aggressive, and Team eXcellence just waited out the storm.
Birding 2 ultimates there to pick up Mr. Turtle, who definitely was out of position, but it ended up being that eXcellence just let him go out of position. exceL burned 2 ults, and then it was a free fight from there, basically. You had to use either Regurgitate or Lightning Storm, not both. We saw both Elexum and Mango Man pop their ults to kill that Athena, and yeah, you killed her, and then you lost 3 in the process. Definitely not worth it for them.
There's that Executioner that you wanted on Baka.
Yeah, he's probably at 2.5 attack speed all the time. Now, without that passive, you're just losing so much effectiveness from that passive, from your item choice. He's losing out on, what's the overall power on Ninja Tab? I believe it's 20 power as opposed to Warrior Tab's 40 power, so definitely could have gone for a more efficient build. Maybe he's not as comfortable on this Bakasura. I mean, we've seen him get the solo kill, but overall, not the effectiveness that you would have liked going for this assassin in the solo lane.
Look how fast he is, Mango Man. I really want to see more from the Baka just because he's in this position where he's going to be able to bully eXcellence so much, but because that team fight didn't go in their way, we haven't really seen exceL aggress any further.
And we're getting to the point where this Bakasura is going to start to fall off. I mean, Farleez is now level 20, sitting at 5-0-1 at the top of his team's damage charts at least. And Mango Man's got to be careful now. He's built no protection whatsoever. He's going for this pure damage sort of build, and he could be in trouble. If he starts to go in, everyone else could just turn on him.
Welshbeastq trying to jump away from Farleez. A little bit of damage coming out from both the Athena and the Jing way, but he's going to get away just fine, albeit after popping the ult.
Forced to use that ultimate though, that's a free, and that helps their engage so much.
Oh,
now
Mango
it's gonna be
Man.
Mango Man going in.
Lots of damage, and he's 1 hit away. He's using the damage from his ult to keep Predators away. He's trying to heal back up too, but Predators able to find another hit. The jump gonna be good, popping that blink. Didn't even need the Athena ult, but able to find the kill onto Mango Man. Predators now just trying to get away because Jeron smells blood.
But Jeron's all by himself here. CobbY's a little bit close. There's the 2 jumps to try and get away from the rest of eXcellence who was rotating in to help Predators. Not enough damage from the Bakasura to find the kill on the Predators, and if he would have had Warrior Tab, I probably would have killed him. Just saying.
That was close, though.
Just
that was
saying.
Absolutely close. Farleez going to be able to take down this tier 1 tower on the left side and then prance away like Jingwei does.
Classic Jingwei, and again, this is a god that he is so comfortable on. We've seen Farleez do work on it again and again, showing it again here. 5-0-1 thus far.
eXcellence working on the Gold Fury currently. Both teams have been able to secure 1 for themselves. exceL biding their time and waiting. Predators on zoning duty, gonna get a little bit of damage onto CobbY, but it's not gonna be enough. Meanwhile, Jeron hopping back over. He's the man with the He's the man with the death right there. Maloaise able to get the kill. I was going to say he's the man with the wrath. So he's the big objective there. He's not going to be able to steal the Gold Fury, so that's going to go to eXcellence.
Perfect job by eXcellence there. Jeron blinks in. They know he has Wrath available. They just stop DPS entirely. It's not quite low enough for Jeron to use the Wrath and secure it by himself. He tries to keep it leash so that he can do it himself, but just everything blown on him from eXcellence. So you get the kill and the Gold Fury. Now Jeron, level 14, 0, 3, and 4, less than 5,000 damage. I think we can agree that the Xing jungle experiment has failed.
Just a little bit. I'm more surprised that Janus isn't higher up. He's one peg over Jeron with that Xing. He's got this, Elexum gonna get pinched between way too many members of Team eXcellence. Mango Man in the back line just trying to steal as much as he can. Gonna be able to rip through this speed camp very quickly, especially with that high attack speed, and then try to get out of dodge before eXcellence sniffs him out. But
here they come. They're rotating on him on the blue buff.
They're rotating on Predators as well, or at least exceL are rotating on Predators. Mango Man gonna get stuck, forced to use the Sanctuary, but there's no way he was going to get out of that.
He did get the buff at least. At least he's doing Bakasura's job now, and that's stealing buffs on the right-hand side. It looked like he got the tower in the mid lane, and then rotated over
and got 2 buffs.
And got those 2 buffs. However, he does fall, and Elexum there just can't be by himself in the jungle whenever you know 5 members of eXcellence are in that left side jungle. Your Zeus, your food, your immobile. He went for this ethereal staff build, giving him some extra HP, but it's not going to matter up against Kuang. You're just going to die no matter what.
Tier 1 tower has fallen. Turtle going to find a nice 2-man taunt, knock him back. Jeron, nice tasty target for Predators. Airstrike coming through as well. He's going to use the execute onto CobbY. There's only one left near this fight, and that's Elexum, and that's not for long.
That's going to be 4 dead now. Welshbeastq doing his best to keep exceL in this game, pushing down this left-hand tower, but 50-meter flies here, and he's not going to be able to get it through him. The wave clear from Janus, simply too good. Welshbeastq needs to try and back, but it's probably going to be too late. Even if he did, he wouldn't be able to defend this Phoenix.
Mango Man feeling the pressure, already forced to use his purification. He's trying to take out Mr. Turtle, able to find it with the ult, but Farleez going to punish him in the process. And at this point, it's not going to be enough to save this Phoenix.
Who cares if you kill Mr. Turtle? You still died and you still lost your Phoenix. Mr. Turtle will trade his life for your purification, your life, and your Phoenix 10 days every time. I mean, he's just not... Mango Man, this Bakasura didn't work out. The Xing didn't work out. This draft overall from exceL didn't work out. We're sitting at 24 minutes, 10K gold down. I mean, this was a huge game for both of these teams. And I guess exceL just wanted to come in with something new and different to try and throw off eXcellence. But to eXcellence's credit, they just said, okay, we'll continue to play our game. We'll continue to play the way we know we can win with. And they're doing it perfectly. Again, giving Farleez Jing sitting top of the damage charts now, 9-0-4. We're seeing Predators do a ton of damage, only 4-3, but sitting at 12,000 damage already. I mean, I guess they wanted to bring something new to the table with this big game on the line, but it's a huge risk, huge reward situation, and we're seeing the risk factor here for exceL.
And I will say, I'm really impressed with the switch coming out from Maloaise and Predators, because these are 2 very different game styles that they went and switched on.
You're right. Predators definitely doing a great job in the jungle thus far. Been on time for his buffs. We've seen him negate the effectiveness from Bakasura. Here it looks like Jeron's going to try and steal his Fire Giant yet again. Has Blink and Wrath available. He needs to get this if exceL has a chance.
Yeah, but Turtle going to be able to sniff him out, taunt him right back through the knock-up, and then the execute. But not going to see that. Instead, Predator's going to take it the old-fashioned way. Fire Giant has been leashed through space and time, going to do numbers onto Elexum. He's going to pop the ultimate down just to save some time from Maloaise and the ultimate. Purification being used, but it's not enough. He's going to fall. Farleez taking out Mango Man as well. Maloaise is the only casualty thus far for eXcellence, taken out by Welshbeastq.
And now the execute Sanctuary away, but it's going to be the water illusion waiting for him when he lands. CobbY going to be the deicide. 4 members alive for eXcellence. They can just push down this right-hand lane. The Titan is exposed, but it looks like they want to play it safe here. With Jeron respawning in 4 seconds, they aren't particularly keen on trying to go into the Titan with him available, or with him alive. However, he doesn't have any purification, and Mr. Turtle is alive. They probably could have just taunted him into the damage from Predator's 50-meter fly and Farleez, and he would have died instantly anyways, but going for the safer call for the Fire Giant.
And I can understand the safer call. We're looking at eXcellence. They've been at the bottom of the pack. They only have 5 points for themselves. They're going up against exceL, previously known as Retribution, with 7 points. They're already at a bit of a disadvantage. They want to go to land though, so they don't want to make any mistakes. They're gonna let exceL do it for them.
That's right, and exceL definitely has done that thus far. You're right, sitting at 5 points for eXcellence, exceL sitting at 7, Cyclone at 8, Rival at something like 1 million. They've already qualified for land. They'll be the first seed for Europe no matter what happens. They're just interested to see who's going to be joining them on the plane ride to America here at Alpharetta. And it looks like right now, exceL is going to have to do some work in order to make it happen, because again, exceL has a game up against Rival next week. Their final game is up against Rival next week, and so they're going to have the work cut out for them. If they don't get the 2-0 here, which doesn't look like it's going to be happening, they basically have to 2-0 Rival unless Cyclone gets 2-0 today against them. So definitely there are some outs still for exceL, but you didn't want to have to go in needing a lot of wins up against the clear dominant force in Europe, but it looks like that might be the case for them so far.
Exactly, and eXcellence, they're perfectly fine with this. They're doing so well against exceL currently. 27 minutes and 35 seconds in, 7-21. There's only 1 tower remaining on the board before we start looking at the other remaining Phoenixes. However, the right one is about to respawn, and they want to go ahead and take that out.
They're going to take down this middle tier 2 first, just to make sure that the Titan is as squishy as possible whenever they do eventually push onto that. Looks like they want to knock out this weakened Phoenix first, and I like that call. Getting away, there's no way exceL's going to commit heavily to defend this, and if they do, that means their other Phoenixes and their Titan is easily able to get taken down.
exceL need to amass a defense here, otherwise eXcellence are going to absolutely stomp them. Purification already being used by Welshbeastq, but he's getting absolutely chunked with the damage. He's going to find safety in the fountain. Meanwhile, Predator's going to be able to water illusion out of the cage just to get away from the damage. Maloaise trying to soak up as much as he can, but Fly going to be able to find Mango Man in the backline. That Bakasura has lost all effectiveness. Turtle with the beautiful taunt. 2 are going to fall. Elexum able to take out Predators, but they've lost so much already.
They've already lost 3 members. That Phoenix has fallen. Now it looks like they're going to look at this middle Phoenix. Jeron doing all he can, but he's just a level 16 Xing Chen, and level 16 Xing Chens don't do a whole lot up against a team of 20s.
Not quite. Farleez is able to take out Elexum. Jeron, the only one remaining. At this point, they can use that Athena ultimate, get a little extra damage, and eXcellence going to be able to take the first game off of exceL in this series of 2.
So this puts them at 6 points. If they're able to win the next game, that catapults them to 8 points, tying them with Cyclone, who they play next week. So eXcellence looking great thus far. Again, exceL going for this janky sort of surprise composition with the Xing Chen jungle and the Bakasura solo. Didn't work out for them. Now they've got the work cut out for them. They need to win this game to put themselves in a good position next week up against Rival. And Cyclone's watching this, just wondering how important their game is going to be up against eXcellence next week.
And I mean, you can't ignore the fact that Rival are sitting at the top right now. You can't ignore the fact that they have 19 points. So going up against them, let's see, today it's going to be Cyclone. So more than likely they may not be able to find the 2-0 if they don't hunker down. So Cyclone may not find any points. So having eXcellence with the possibility to tie this up, and even exceL, if they win a game, if they win this game, they're still going to be tied with Cyclone. So no matter what, Cyclone sweating under their collar as well. But